Hey, what's up everybody? Brian here, and I'm here with Jay, and we're gonna do a video here of the box builder, okay? So I'm gonna deal to him. He has a $500 bankroll, and we're gonna do the box builder, and I'll show you how it works.
Welcome to the Holy Roller, where it's all about playing craps, earning free cruises, and a whole lot more. Thanks for watching. Now let's get rolling.
Normally, if you're gonna use, because you're gonna do 96 across, now normally if you do $100 per shooter, you should have times 10, which is 10 shots at it. But with $500, you're only gonna have 5 shots at it. So go ahead and just throw in, and whenever you bet, put it right there on the line, perfect. You don't need to splash chips. A lot of times people do that. That's not a craps thing. That's like other games. So here, you just pretty much stack it right there. You say 96 across. 96 across is the $15 level. Okay, and being that you're right here, so the way that these spots work is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way around to this side of the table. So being that you're in the one spot, all of your money will go here. So we'll go 15, 15. The 6 and 8 will be 18 each. And I'm not a professional dealer, by the way. Now, what I suggest is whenever you're playing craps, if you know what you're gonna bet, and the point doesn't matter, just whenever the puck is off or somebody's buying in or there's just a dead time, go ahead and set it up. Make it easier for the dealer when the actual puck goes on, because then everybody else is gonna bet. So once you know what you're gonna bet, just bet it, you know, especially if it doesn't matter. Now, say you didn't wanna play the point becomes 4. They're gonna say, what do you wanna do with this? You could say leave it there, or you could just take it down. It just depends. The only reason why people move their bets around is because they're usually playing the pass line with odds, which we never recommend playing pass line with odds unless you're rolling the dice. In fact, never playing odds on a cruise ship, because they don't give you points towards a free cruise when you play odds. So yeah, maybe the best house edge or 0 house edge, but you get 0 comp value. So that's why we don't play pass line with odds. No. So again, puck is off. And let's say you are the shooter, so you're going to need $10 on the pass line, okay? And we'll just roll it to this side. Normally you'd roll to that side, but so that you could see everything on video, I'll pass the dice. We'll just roll it right here. Now, I always recommend, if you're going to have a pass line, to do like a $2 crap check or something, but this loses on 2, 3, 12, but it wins on 7, 11 when the puck is off. So let's see what happens. They're going to pass you 5 dice. You pick 2, and they'll take the other 3 away. Normally it would be the stick person over there doing that. So this is off. That means all these bets are off. That's the only bet working right now. And it only wins on a 7-11, and it loses on a 2, 3, 12. Let's see what happens. And it's a 7. Wow, winner. All right, he's showing off already. But I always say you never really want to see that number. Now, you know, there's a lot of people that if they bet the pass line, they'd be shouting and screaming like, yeah, 7 winner. And they even say 7 or 11 shooter. But chances are when that 7 rolled, there was people that lost money. Because some people have their bets working. Some people have come bets. Some people, are playing on the don't pass, and this loses on 7. So to cheer when people lose money is just kind of I don't know, it's not a good move. So I would always say never, ever, ever shout yes or celebrate a 7. And if you do, then celebrate it every time it comes, every time, even when you lose money. All right, 10, the point is 10. And so now this becomes a bet on 10. And so a lot of times that's why, do you want to leave this here, or do you want to let this be your bet on 10? Now, some people would say put this as odds to win more money, but on the box builder, you're actually going to leave it here. And the reason why you're going to leave it here is because if a 4 hits, you're going to press your 4 and 10 together. So that's why you're going to leave that there. But you want to be off 1 roll. Okay, so what's happening is, I don't have the puck, the button. They have like a little button that they'll place right here on top that will turn your bets off. And so what we're doing on the box builder is we're waiting to see one of these roll before we turn our bets on. And the reason why, and I don't know what the percentage is, you guys in the comments can tell me, look it up and tell me, what is the percentage that what's called a PSO, or a 0.7 out? What is the percentage? I think there is a high percentage of these because, like I was saying before, whenever he establishes a point, you might say, hey, just give him the dice so he can roll. Chances are there would be all these people setting up their bets. And there's always a lot of time in between when you establish a point until your next roll. And it's probably about this much time for reals, and maybe even longer. So then they pass you the dice and it's time for you to roll again. Now his bets are off. Remember, I don't have the little button, but it is off. And 8 hits, and because an 8 hit and he wasn't working, he doesn't get paid on the 8. But because we saw a box number, now it's time to work, and we're gonna work for one roll, and hopefully we could get one of these numbers to hit. Here we go.
Turn me on, please.
All right, turning on. Take off the button. I need to bring some buttons when I come on these to do these videos correctly, you know. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. We want a 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 10. Let's see if we can get it. And it is an 8, back to back on the 8. Now the 8, the way the 8 works is it's gonna pay $21. I think I need, I don't know, I didn't bring enough money here. I didn't bring enough change to bring it, but basically it pays 21. So you're gonna throw in $3 because you're gonna press both the 6 and 8. So 21 plus 3 is $24, or 12 and 12. And when you do that, you're gonna make these both look like $30 each. So your 6 and 8 go to 30. And let me get into the premise of the box builder. Like, the main reason why we do the box builder is that you're taking a roll of one person, whether it's you or many different people, and you're creating a long roll. All you're looking to do is get one hit per person, and you're taking one person getting one hit, the next person one hit, the next person. You're going around the table for as many times as it takes to create a long roll until you can get paid one black chip, which is $100, which is your entire investment. And so right now, we'd be turning the bets off and rolling. And it doesn't matter how many times we roll, our bets are off. We're looking for that 10 to hit. And if the 10 hits, then we'll do the same thing and we'll play for one roll. Let's see if it hits, and it's a 9. All right, so normally they would pay everybody and then pass it back, but let's just keep it rolling and see what happens. And it's a 3, craps 3. And it is a 10. We hit it, hard 10. You win $10 back here. But what you're gonna say on the 4 and 10 is you're gonna say make them both look like a quarter.
They were off.
But they were off, okay? So, here we go. But you did win $10 over there, so keep it, rack it, you know. So now you're rolling for free. Here we go. Remember, the button would be off right here, and you want them to have a button off even though this says off, because when they go on, you want to make sure that there's a button that says off there, because you don't want to be working on that first one. It is a 6, the point is 6, and now we're off, right? All right, go ahead. We want to see a 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, or 10, and it is a 6 winner. Now, I've seen this happen a lot where it is back to back, because now we're going off. We didn't get a chance to be working during that one roll, and that's okay. That's okay. Oh, you did win there. Wow. Winner, winner. Back-to-back 6s. Jay is just showing off. Look at, he wants to roll the 7 at this point. Look at, he's just raking in the money. All right, so you did make $30 there. Now, if you did get a hit on here, this is what I would do, because I have done this too. Now remember, these bets are off, this is off. But being that you have 30, I would throw in, because we started here, let's do these. Throw in 10 and 10 and make these both look like a quarter. See, so he would say, make my both 5 and 9 look like a quarter and leave me off. So now you'd be at 110 inside and 15 and 15. The bets are off and the puck is off, and we're still establishing a point. So the idea is you're using your money, like I said, making a long roll. Okay, the point is 5. So the point is 5, okay? So you're making a long roll out of everything. Now, right now you're off. You want to see one of these box numbers hit before we turn on. Let's see what happens. And it's a 6. So a 6 hit, we don't get paid because it's off, but we want to be working on this roll. And you might say, why not just work on that second roll? Remember, the highest percentage of time when they're going to roll that bad number is right after the point's established because of the delay. Now, if he rolled a 2, 3, 11, or 12, we still would not be working. We want to see one of these box numbers, and that's why we're calling it the box builder. All right, let's roll it and see what happens. All right, let's go. Let's do it. Let's see if we can get past this roll. It is a 4, and look, now we got to the outside. Now the 4 and the 10 are the same. The 5 and 9 are the same, and the 6 and 8 are the same as far as payouts. So that's why we're leaving them the same. Now this pays 27, like I was saying before. They both go to 25, and what happens is, because it pays 27, they buy for 25. You have to pay the VIG up front, and then they give you $5 change, and they put it right up here, and they'll put a buy button on top of it, and then this is what it talks like that. Okay, so now you go off. But look at, remember you started at $96, and you have 160 across right now. So technically you could say I'm $60 up right now. And you can always, if you wanted to, take it all down and start over, but you're not really, so in my mind I'm like, okay, I know I'm $60 up, you know, roughly $60. Once I get to $100 up, I can take it down and start over, or I could just keep going so I could get that $100 payout. So right now we hit the 4, and we're still rolling. We're hoping to get that 5 before a 7, but we are off. Yes, we are off. And it is a 9, so everybody that bet the 9 gets paid on the 9. And it is another 9, so everybody that gets paid again, they get paid again on the 9. And there's another 9, 3 9s in a row. And this is the hardest part. There's a 6. Yes. This is the hardest part about the box builder, is watching a long roll go by, because you're off. You're not getting paid on any of these. You have to be patient. Yeah, be patient. There's a 2, craps 2. All right. Yeah, if you're running with the bulls, you would have lost. There's the 7. Okay, so now, because our bets were off, we didn't lose any of our money. And remember, we're making a long roll out of everybody's roll. So this loses, yes, and now we're going to simulate that somebody else is rolling. Now you'll roll from the same spot, but we'll just simulate that somebody else is rolling, so you don't need a pass line this time. Okay, here we go, and it is a 5. So the point becomes 5. The bets are off, and we are waiting to see a box number before we turn on. And there is a 10. All right, that's a box number, and now we're turning on. All right, here we go. Now we have, this is our 1 roll risk, and it's a 5, and it's the point. All right, so the point goes off, but before it goes off, they're going to pay everybody. So this pays $35, okay? Now what I would do at this point is, in order to make this like an even press, from 25 to 35 is what I would do. So what happens is they would pay it like this, because I would get $10 here, $10 here. I would bring 15 back to my rack, okay? The next level for these ones right here is 50, then 75. These ones go to 50, and then they collect. Okay, so that was an announcement that they did, but we're gonna get back into it. I had a chance to straighten up all my chips. You look at that, it looks very nice. All right, puck goes off, and now it's time to roll. The puck is off, the bets are off, and we're establishing another point, and it is 6. So the point becomes 6, our bets are off, okay, and we want to see a box number because we're doing the box builder. So let's see what it is. It is a 3. Great example of a roll happening, but we're still not working because we want to see a box number before. Now most people would wait 1 roll, but I don't. I wait for a box number. If we were running with the bulls, we got paid that time. This is what and yeah. There is another 3, so we did a 3, a 12, a 3, and so we wouldn't have got paid anyway. So why risk it? You know, why risk all that money if you're not getting paid anyway? There's a 9. All right, so we got the 9. Now we're going to be working. We're on. Let's see if we can get past this roll. This is the roll that we risk everything on for this shooter, and it is a Yo 11. So we're going to stay working because we're risking for another person. Now, I know Jay probably would go off.
I hit those numbers.
And it's a 4, and this is it. Okay, so now this, you're going to have to throw in $1 to get 150 for 1. However, you're going to press these both to 50, and so you have to throw in $2 more. And sometimes they might ask for $3 more. It just depends, because they would probably try to make it $5 because it's 100. They kind of bulk them together. don't argue, just give them whatever they need because you're going to get this. You're going to get this. This pays 100, so the 4 and 10 are done and ready to collect.
To buy is $1 for 20, correct?
Every dollar for 20 or 25, yeah. So once it goes up to $35, then they want $2. Then they do 2 and 3, 2 and 3. It depends. But now these are always going to be $2 for every time they hit. But you are at the level to get a black chip at the 4 and 10. But we are going to turn off and let this roll kind of come to resolution. Let's see. There's a hard 6. And it came to resolution, by the way. All right, so this is where I really like it because you have a great shooter. They have an opportunity. Remember, we're making a long roll out of everybody's roll. Well, if they're making their points, they get a chance to re-risk on them even more. So now we're going to have another come out, and our bets are off, and it's a 10. So the point becomes 10, and our bets are off. And so because our bets are off, we're just going to see what rolls. And there's a snake eyes 2. And so we're not going to be working. Yeah, see a horn, bet a horn. And there's an 8. All right, we got the 8. And now we're going to be working. Here's the big risk on this roll. And you can see it's getting riskier. But you have to tell yourself, I've only risked it $100. If I roll 4 or 10, I'm out of the hand, right? So let's see if we can get that 4 or 10 right now. This is the big risk. And if not, every one of these will press. And I'll show you all the pressures of these coming up as well. And it is an 8, which is perfect because I want to show you the pressure of this. All right, so this is $35. But what you're going to do is you're going to say, make my 6 and 8 look like 42. And so we're going to take $25 and we're going to break it down like that. And we're going to do 12 on the 6 and 12 on the 8. Now these pay 1 for 50. And you're going to bring $11 back to your rack as well. So take $11 back to your rack. And what's the next move? Off. The next one for these, this pays 1 for 50, that pays 1 for 50. So you're going to have $50. You could go to 50 and bring 20 back until you get to 75 on these and 90 on these. That's where you want to get. But if you hit a 4 and 10, you're collecting. But we are turning off for this shooter. We're hoping for the 4 or 10, or sorry, the 10. So that we could be working again. And it is a 9. And you might say, Brian, I don't know if I want, and 7 out. Wow. Good thing we saved all this money. And we did press with that good shooter. We got a couple pressures out of them. And now it's time for another shooter. So we're going to simulate another shooter and do it one more time. And hopefully we'll get our payday on the time we're rolling. And there's a 9. So the point is 9. And we're going to be off. Right? We want to see a box number roll. Here we go. And it is a 10. Now I know how that feels. We weren't working. That would have been our payday, but we're going to be working right now, okay? Because we got a box number. Let's roll. This is the big risk, and it is a 6. All right, so this is 50 for 1, okay? And we're going to make them both look like 60. So what they're going to do, sometimes you could throw in one, or if you say make them both look like 60, they'll take one off the top, okay? Then they'll cut out 60 really quick, faster than that, and they'll give you 13 back.
That's
all right.
Part of the game I'm learning is the payouts and how
to
break them down.
So now these are at 60, okay? And one more hit and these will go. These pay 70, so these will go to 90. So one more hit on these, but these ones we're collecting. However, we did get our 6, so we are off. And we're gonna keep rolling and we hope for that 9. Let's see what happens. There's another 6. And what I was going to say a second ago, there's a 7. 7 out. All right, we're out. And this is what I was going to say. You might have a time where you're like, I feel really good about this shooter. I know that I'm not there yet, but I'm going to risk 2 times this time, or I'm going to risk 3 times. Like, you choose however much you want to risk. However, I like to get my money back before I leave it going. A little bit that I collect along the way, that's what I collect. Yeah, exactly. All right, so there we go. Let's see. Let's get a point established, and it is an 8. The point is 8. My bets are off, and we're going to be seeing if we can get a box number. There's a 4. That is a box number. So we are working. Our bets are working. Let's see if we can get past this roll, and it is an 8. We got it. So 8 pays 70, if you remember, 70, and we're going to go to 90 each. So we're bringing 10 back to our rack. So see, we did bring some back along the way, but now these are ready and these are ready. So this is the box builder, and this is, the point was hit, and now we're gonna have another come out roll. Our bets are off, the point is 5, and now our bets are still off. But now, when we're risking, there's a 10, so we're ready to turn on. All we need is a 4, 6, 8, or 10, and we're out of the hand, but with a lot of money on that table. All right, let's see what happens. And it's an 8. We did it. We got it. Here's your black chip, and it comes with a nickel. By the way, I just ran out right here. So this is what you would get paid. Remember, you started with $96. Here's your 105. Now, a lot of times people would say regress. If you just regress down to the original 105. Look, you have 100, 200. Like, how much do you have right here? You've made a lot of money. You can regress back down and start over, or you could just continue the run. You can continue the run by getting a black chip for every time you risk this money, because now you're out of the hand, and you can imagine being here all night and just every person getting $100 a person, and 20 shooters go by and you have $2,000. You know, that is the box builder. Let's see if we can hit that 5. Our bets are off. And let's see, and it is a 5. We hit it. Okay, so because we're going to end the video soon, let's go ahead and establish a point. We're going to continue the system, and there's an 8, so the point is 8. So we're off, and then you choose to the point where you, instead of regressing, what we're going to do, okay, there's a 4, so now we're working. So what we're going to do, just for the fun of this video, is we're going to stay working, and we're going to stay on, and we're going to see how much money can we make. What, are you putting 200 in the field?
Is that what you're supposed to do?
No.
That's not the bet?
No, that's not the bet. No. Never put more in the field than what you would be winning on the 5, 6, or 8. So being that this would only pay 50, I wouldn't put more than 25 in the field. But let's not put anything in the field, because if you have all of the numbers, the only way you can really win big money is on the 2, 3, 11, or 12. These would be double wins, but if you have all the numbers, then you should just be betting a horn bet instead of a field bet. But anyway, that's a whole nother video. Let's see if we can get a box number. We'll turn on, and then we'll leave our bets working. Let's see what happens. There's a 6, so our bets are working. Let's see how much money we can make. We're risking, this would normally be a 1-roll risk, and it's a yo 11. Here comes a 2-roll risk, and it is a 5. So the 5 and 9 aren't there yet. It pays 70. We're making them both look like 50, by the way. Actually, 20 more. We'd have to throw in $10 to bring them to 75. So let's go ahead and do that. We throw in $10. They're each at 75. Sorry, I ran out of more money. Can I get another quarter there? Here, and I'll give it back to you. I'll give it back to you in that. All right. So here, this is the ultimate level where we're at. We got 50, 75, 90, 90, 50, and 75. All right. So this right here, everything pays a black chip. So let's go ahead and leave them working and see what happens. There's a 12. The 12 happens. And it's a 6. All right, so $605. At this point, I'm just going to throw black chips at you, okay?
All day.
Because what we're going to do is we're going to leave these working. Now remember, now he's doubled his money, and he has all this money out there. There's a 3, craps 3. And yeah, and there is a 7-7 out. And imagine if we would have continued with just that one hit, you would have made 100. Wait till the next shooter, make another 100. That is the premise of this box builder. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks, Jay, for being a part of the video, and we hope to see you and Jay and everybody cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. See ya.